Chat, what is going down? Welcome to another Scrim School. I just lost my light and it threw my camera up. Let's go. What is a podcast without some issues? Fuck it, we'll run with it. Welcome in. If you're new here, this is our weekly Scrim School ScrimCast. This is where we talk with PvP members of the community. We get to ask them questions, we get to learn what they're about, what they do, what they enjoy, things they want changed, stuff like that. And then we do practical scrims or teaching. So let's unmute Mr. Red himself. Pretty jazzed. We are running a little bit late with Rezzoe. He is finishing a Tiso scrim right now. He should be in momentarily, but let's bring Red in first. Red, what is up, dude?
What's up, man? How are you doing, dog?
Good. How you doing? So Rezzoe's running a little bit late. He was finishing up his scrim that he was running.
Yeah.
For Tiso. We'll have to give him a hard time when he gets in here. But let's start with you. Who are you? What are you about? Where do you come from? Like,
just another person with the webcam. But Red, I stream at twitch.tv/FeelsRed. I pretty much exclusively just do like sweats pretty much nowadays, at least until the new DLC, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that. Oh, you mean you don't really like the content going on right now?
Nope, not at all.
It's a little on the drier side.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is the driest Destiny has ever been in its history, but it's just my opinion, I guess.
No, I feel that. Something about 600 auto spam and mountaintop doesn't feel too hot.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, all meta issues aside, I just think there's nothing to do in the game, especially with the cheater issue. It's very depressing to play sometimes.
No doubt. Absolutely. And let's hope that something comes out of this next expansion.
Yeah, hopefully.
Like, for real. Where is... Dude, Rez is taking forever. Yes, Ray, you will be able to join... Once we finish the interview portion, you'll be able to join up if nobody wants to learn. And we'll run some high levels on the map of the week, which is a Dead Cliffs. So, Brad, why'd you pick Dead Cliffs, by the way?
Out of the four, it's my favorite map, to be honest. I like Burn a lot, but I don't know. Something about Dead Cliffs is just very fun to play. Like, compared to Endless and Jab, so I preferred it.
Yeah, for sure. We had some fun ones. Geekermon picked Retribution last week.
Oh, wow.
It was actually kind of fun. It was actually kind of enjoyable. Mixing it up, throwing some new ones in there. It was a good time. I was surprised that we need a sub for Rezzoe. Now I'm yelling at him right now. Smart.
Yeah. That's the Retribution is the donut map, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. The one with the it's got like the outside that you can hop over the panels.
Yeah.
And then you go inside and there's like that pass through in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to try it out anyway because I wanted to see if it would ever play well as like a trials map.
Yeah.
And it actually doesn't feel that bad. Like, not even capping.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really... The only time I've ever really played that map is in Rumble, but...
Yep. Look who decided to make it in.
It's good visit.
Red, welcome, duid.
What is up? What is up? Did you just hit me with a welcome? You're on my podcast. What's up, man? I had your stream on mute and I was yelling at you in chat.
Dude. I'm doing great, man. How y'all doing tonight, man?
We're good. So we just finished Red's intro. Let's get your intro in. Who are you? What do you do? What makes Rezzoe Rezzoe?
You know, Rezzoe's, that one Canadian. He's been playing games for a while now, okay? He's a cool dude, You should get to know him because he only snipes. So if you're a god sniper, man, I'm sorry, bro, but Rezzoe's got to snipe, dude. That's like his thing, right? Nah, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm from Talent Show, and I'm just a gamer, honestly. I stream through the week, and on the weekends, I do trials help, comp help, all that stuff. Just try to make people's day, make people laugh. That's kind of my thing. That's what I like doing, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing because it's what I like to do.
Yeah. I'm pretty
Yes,
excited about
sir.
the lineup tonight. The both of you are both insane. I've watched you guys both for quite a while.
Oh yeah, Red's nuts.
Yeah,
I don't know
Red's
about
nuts.
me. Rezzoe.
I'm kind of excited. I have a feeling that not very many people from chat are gonna, or not many people want to learn tonight, and I have a feeling it's just gonna be the normal scrim buddies that usually run Face It because they all want a piece of Red and Rezzoe. They all want to hop in. Oh, Wolf actually wants to learn too. Let's go. All right, let's jump into the nitty gritty. So, when did you guys start playing Destiny? Like, what got you into it, and when did it start?
Do you want to go first, Rezzoe, or no? Well, I guess not then. I'll start that. I got into Destiny. I started playing Destiny for, well, as long as it's been out, since the D1 beta. I go on Xbox.
Okay.
I got into Destiny because, well, I played the beta originally, and I got some birthday money, and it was either COD Advanced Warfare or Destiny 1, and I chose Destiny 1. So
Good choice.
yeah. And
Good
I
choice for
pretty
sure.
much just got addicted to the game. I don't know, something about Destiny I just always liked.
I have to agree. I think the gunplay and the movements in this
Yeah,
game.
the gunplay is like, it's just, you can't compare it to anything else. It's just so nice.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's definitely one of my favorites that I've ever played.
Yeah.
And I started this at the first look alpha on PlayStation.
Okay.
We're talking back 8 levels max in like a quarter
Yeah,
of
you've been
the
around for a
Cosmodrome.
while.
Yeah, I picked it up all the way back then. Somebody, one of my buddies got a key and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be out of town for the weekend. You want to try this? It's made by the same creators of Halo." And I used to do tournament Halo, like LAN stuff.
Mhm.
So I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm so down.
Yeah.
I'm so down." Where's Rezzoe, what you got?
Honestly, from the very start of games, I got into games around maybe 10 or 11. I didn't start super young. I mean, I'm talking about like console games,
Right,
but
right.
like, I used to play the DS when I was young as well. I got into
Yeah,
that in like grade 1 and stuff like that. Play like Mario, the fun things. But my first console was the original Xbox. So
Okay.
my mom's friend was nice enough to give me it for free, and I've really, really liked it. This was also the time when the Xbox 360 came out in the slim version. So this would be maybe 2011, I think. I think that's when the slim Xbox 360 came out. The one that had the touch turn on and what I guess
Yeah.
you heard of it.
Oh yeah,
But I guess-
no. I just don't know. Ray's saying
Yeah.
2012 or 13, but yeah.
Yeah, so around that time. And my first ever game that I bought on it was Grand Theft Auto 4. And let me tell you, man, that game hits home. I played that game every day. Oh, it was so fun, man. I loved it. It's the one game that I would always play. Then I moved on to my very first Call of Duty, which was, believe it or not, Black Ops 2.
Huh. Okay.
Woo!
So you've been
Wow,
doing
that game was awesome.
you've been doing FPS shooters for a while then.
Oh yeah, for a bit. The weird thing about it is though, even though I played all the time and like for a long time, I really only started getting like, a lot better over time in like a couple of years. It took a while for me to really, really like get to the point where I can say, wow, I'm actually getting good. Like I'm actually at a point where I'm saying I'm getting good. Because I remember in BL2, I was super happy of having like a 1.4 or 1.5. But now in COD, I'm having like a 2 point something, 2.5. in like the new CODs and stuff like that. And I like to say it's definitely dedication. Like it's not just gonna come to you. You definitely gotta strive to get better at FPS. It definitely takes a lot more than just being good at just shooting people. You definitely, especially in this game,
Shit.
a lot of people say that I use walls, bro, and it's kind of hurts. It hurts.
It kind of hurts,
But it's
you know.
really like a lot of people pay attention to the reticle a lot. But my trick, I don't really tell it to a lot of people. I literally swear to God, I stare at the radar the whole time. I'm not even lying. Like most of the time, I'll just be looking at my radar. So I always have that advantage every time. And right when I see him just about to cross a corner on the radar, then I finally look at my reticle and I'm getting ready to snipe him.
Bro, how bad do you do in momentum control?
Okay. Oh, yeah, dude. Let's just say I might be a bronze. No.
I feel that. When'd you get into Destiny? What you got? Did you start D1, D2?
Yeah, I played Destiny 1 all the time. I played the beta. I loved it. It was super fun. Play with my homies back in the day. They fortunately do not play video games anymore, which is unlucky because they were really good guys. Yeah, I started right when the beta starts. Went up. I saw that. I don't know if you know who Louis Caliber is or like the Vanos crew back then. They played Destiny 1, the beta, and I was like, dude, this game looks fun as heck. I'm definitely have to try this. I loved it. I played it every day that it was released. I don't know how long they lasted it for. I don't think it was a couple days. I definitely think it was like maybe like a week or so it was out. Maybe like a week or two.
About a week, yeah.
Definitely loved it. Got into Destiny 1, met some really good friends that I still have today, and did my first raid. Oh, that was so fun. And I had to take the trash out earlier. I was fucking dancing on my way all the way to take the trash out. Oh, that was awesome. Remember that to this day, dude. Beating Atheon by pushing him off the map with my Nova Bomb. That was the best time, bro.
Yeah.
And I got the scout rifle.
To remember that kind of shit. That's memories like that are great. I was a PvE Sherpa back in D1, and I built a Titan just for King's Fall. And I had to run weapons of light because nobody ever was the Titan with weapons. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm making a Titan. And yeah, I did that forever. And then I started getting involved in D2's PvP scene. Like season, I don't know, 5 or 6, I really started diving into it. And I can't leave it now at all.
So that's why you became a PvP Sherpa and carried me to my first flawless, man. I remember that, dude. Hobby
like
B. Hell yeah.
I'm just waiting to see these guys don't even know. It's kind of fun. I like to bring in an established streamer creator, much like Red or Geekermon last week, and somebody that's up and coming, positive, and really fun to watch. That way, chat, if they haven't followed you before or they haven't heard of you before, they can check you out now. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how that's why we kind of set it up the way we did. And everybody that I bring on here is people that I truly enjoy watching and think that the community will enjoy as well. Let's jump back into the questions. So sticking on D1, I always like to ask this one. What if any activity would you bring back for D2?
Oh my. You mean like activity, like PvE and PvP, or do you mean like PvP, like game mode?
PvP game mode, PvE activity, and don't say raid. Like, we'll skip the raids.
Okay.
So
For
pick
me?
something like super that you really truly enjoyed.
I don't know if I truly enjoyed this, but what I would want to see for like scrims and pickups, just like sweats more often. I wish we had like a better OBJ mode in this game. So something like zone control from D1. If I could bring that back, I would for sure. Something I really enjoyed. Probably say just like old trials. I don't know. I miss that a lot.
Yeah, old trials definitely hit different for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about like the old lighthouse, and I don't know if it was just because I was younger back then, but I just enjoyed doing that. Like it was addicting. So.
Yeah, the old lighthouse. Well, you had stuff to chase for. You had adept weapons.
Yeah, there was definitely more back then.
It made it a real experience to hit the
Yeah.
lighthouse.
And getting home like from school and playing with friends on the weekend, it was just so nice, like just work all week and then come home and play trials on the weekend. It was very fun.
Yeah, exactly. Rezzoe, what you got?
Honestly, I did like D1 trials. Like, it was really fun. I remember my first flawless. I got double carried there. Yeah, I got carried. All right,
Nice,
I
nice.
admit it. Okay, I got carried. Good. Well, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. If
I
that's
did
true.
some stuff. Right? I got some kills with my overpowered 2-tap thorn. But it was honestly, I did like the old strike playlist. Like, I know strikes are kind of a sleeper now.
Yeah.
But the OG strike playlist with all those cool weapons that you could get made it worth going into. Like with that second year Fate bringer. I forgot what it was called. Mago Loop. That's what it was.
Everybody farmed that. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really, really fun.
The Imago
Actually-
loop. Oh my god. That's taking it back. That'll be actually leading into our next question too. But first, I think the one that I would love to see. First off, I'd love to see rotations in Scrim playlists. Like, Clash is fun. Supremacy is Clash with extra steps. Like, Control is Clash because nobody caps zones. I want to see something like Rift. I don't know if y'all remember Rift.
Yeah, I remember that. So it's
Oh,
basically like to
Oh.
capture the flag of
Mhm.
D2, I guess.
yeah, I
Yep.
remember that. Like it was like the Advanced Warfare game mode where you have to throw the ball.
Yeah, you had to pick
It's
it
kinda
up
like
and then
that,
you
right?
slam it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah, that
was the
game was
jam.
pretty good.
It was fun.
I kind of
Yeah,
want like a hard point. I'd
Mhm.
like to see that in this game. I think it would be pretty cool.
most definitely. And
We
then
haven't
for the
seen it
PvE
before.
Side, the PvE side, I don't know if y'all remember the Alacool strike, the Dark Blade.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
cool.
that was very
Yes.
Very
That strike
enjoyable.
was my favorite. I played that thing so many times, running through there with the Zala Supercell and just shredding.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
And then you get the 3 swords too.
Yep.
That was a strike, right?
Yeah, that was the
Mhm.
strike. Yep.
Yeah,
You had to kill that
Yeah,
extra
that's what
dude
was
next
awesome.
to Alacool
the
before you killed Alacool.
knights or whatever. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Mhm.
It was like you had to kill your certain knight.
Yep. I had to. I tried to solo it for a while. That was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Do you guys remember the Nexus? That
Mhm.
strike?
Yep.
That was my favorite for sure.
I'm surprised neither of you said. Oh man, what is it called? Oh, I'm blanking.
Maybe that's why we didn't say.
Yeah, yeah. If you're forgetting that, I definitely won't remember.
The Prison of Elders. That was what I was looking for.
Oh yeah, I don't know. That was definitely really fun, but I think I only played that when it was out, and then the minute Taken King came out, I just kind of ditched it.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it for the loot.
Yeah,
It's
it
where you
was
could get the
very, very
Queenbreaker
fun.
and you could get the Drake's Promise
Yeah.
and all that shit.
Mhm.
Those super broken exotics. Which leads us up to our next question. If you could bring any weapon back from D1, pre-nerf, same perks, what would you pick?
Red's gonna say Hawkmoon.
No, that's already coming back.
I was about to
so-
say, did you see the new perks on Hawkmoon?
Oh yeah.
It was just leaked
No, I
today.
didn't.
Yeah, it was leaked.
It was you get a stack damage for every precision hit or kill, and then at the end of the magazine, the last shot does damage equal to however many stacks you have. Which
That's
sounds
kind of bad.
it sounds kind of cool. It really does.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm not gonna judge it yet, but it'll be
Mhm.
interesting to.
So
see
does
how
it
that
do
works.
more damage after every headshot?
Yeah. Well, no, it's same amount of damage all the way through to the end of the magazine.
Well, the mag's
And-
13 shots. Does that mean I went to 13 headshots before I get the perk to work?
It'll still work, so it'll stack. So it's kind of like, do you ever remember when you got Luck in the Chamber, but it double stacked?
Yeah.
You could one tap. I think it's going to be like that, where depending on how many headshots or kills you get, it'll stack until that last shot. And that last shot, if you get a stack of 2 or a stack of 3 with 13 shots in it,
It should be like rapid hit. It should be like rapid hit on crack, dude. Like you get extra range and stability every single headshot, and then on the final blow you get that extra damage shot.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
That's what it
it's-
should be like.
It's gonna be fun. But what you got? We're tangenting a little bit. What would you pick?
For me?
Mhm.
Shit. God, that's hard. That's really hard. Are we just exotics or
It
legendaries?
could be either. It could be exotic, legendary, whatever
Oh
you
man.
absolutely loved. Because like
Oh,
I know mine. I dream and beg
that's
for them.
so hard. I'd say either icebreaker or party crasher for me. But
You think
I
icebreaker? I think icebreaker just ruined the economy
yeah.
more.
I mean, yeah, we already have Roker, true.
Yep.
But I don't know. I just like the look of the weapon, and I remember getting my first one from the PoE chest.
Yep.
It was that was
The
super,
sound
super
it
nice.
makes just makes it worth it.
But maybe
yeah,
like
absolutely.
the patience and time as well. I don't know.
Mhm.
Not
I
a lot
was
of people
thinking
remember
that I would like that thing to be in D2 because it would be kind of cool to see how that would work.
Yeah.
I mean, it would promote my gameplay, sitting back, crouch down, get that invis. But I was thinking see, there was a lot of cool auto rifles. Now I know auto rifles are crazy good right now, like pretty nuts.
Mhm.
But there was just so many cool auto rifles in Destiny 1 that were just hit different.
Yep.
Like Shadow Price, Vanquisher, all those ones. They were really cool to have. Not only the gun models that looked sick, but just the perks and everything just made them so much better. Like, even though they were nuts in Destiny 1 at the start, I still felt like even they got nerfed, they were still a viable choice if you could just hit your shots.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd really like to see one of those come back. But the real one that I want to see come back, they got to bring back the longbow.
Really? Longbow is what you're going for. Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I am
Or
I am honestly surprised that neither of you said No Land
Prey's
Beyond.
Revenge. Okay, I was about to say.
See, the thing
hate that
about
gun.
that is I
Really?
feel like we can already run snipers in the primary slot, so I don't know. We can already run doubles. I don't know. I
It
feel
was
like it was
literally a
really,
scout
really good in
rifle.
D1. Yeah, it was
a
really, really
scout
good
rifle
in
with
D1,
snipers in
but
it.
yeah, true. But I feel like now it would just kind of be pointless. But yeah, I do miss that weapon for sure.
That was so it's non-meme. I would go with No Land Beyond for an exotic. Meme weapon, I would go with the Myth Class. Pre-Nerf Myth Class was so much fun.
Oh yeah, the thing could 3-tap to the head or 4-tap.
Dude, it was disgusting. Or the
it
what was the
was
other
so
one?
broken.
The Plan C. That was the other one. It was just super toxic.
What? No, it was called
Invective?
No, that one was funny too.
Oh,
I used to. Oh, I missed that. I kind of missed that shotty. I would say that probably now that I think about it.
Right.
Or the Universal Remote.
Universal Remote was the other one that was really good.
I remember everybody ran that for a weekend or two in trials.
Oh, dude, that was
I'm
so
just gonna
rough.
search up a D1 exotic page. I just want to see this.
And then no non-exotic, I would pick the Haro Defiance Yasmin sniper rifle. That was the sniper.
Oh yeah, the one with.
Yeah.
Oh
no
yeah.
flinch.
Yeah.
Without flinch, felt like the Halo sniper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That one was the shit, man.
I think Hawken Infinity was the fusion you were thinking of. That one used to be
Ray said
so
Hawken Infinity,
dumb.
yeah. But before it was nerfed, that thing was so dumb. That week or two,
it was so stupid.
It was such a good time. God. Just memeing in that with that in the Myth Class. That's what I would love to see come back is raid specific loot that's worthwhile, really. You know what I mean? You beat Argos on hard mode, you got Myth Class. It was not a 5% chance, run it 300 times and hope you get it.
Yeah.
I do think I'd choose Icebreaker, but what about Zen Meteor and Hereafter?
Zen Meteor was great. Hereafter was great.
Never got to use those because I was on
me
Xbox.
either.
Yeah.
I used the Hereafter a couple times, but the Zen Meteor I never could get a drop for me when I played some PS4. I didn't really play too much though.
Yeah, I was PS4 main, so I got to experience that one.
Yeah.
That was a fun one. Back when they
I want Red Death,
console
dude.
specific. I mean, we kind of have it in
You got
Crimson.
Crimson, yeah.
And on
But
PC,
it's not the
Crimson is stupid.
same.
It definitely isn't the same, but
Yeah, on PC, Crimson's stupid. I think if they brought Icebreaker back, instead of doing giving you the shot back if you miss, I think it should reward the shot back if you hit, like a headshot.
I feel like that's what Revoker should be now.
Oh, I
Like,
agree,
instead-
100%.
Instead of that, so yeah, instead of just bringing Icebreaker back,
Mm-hmm.
if you get a
absolutely
headshot
think-
kill, or even just a headshot, it should give you ammo back. But I don't know.
Yeah. Let's talk some Scrim stuff. So let's talk mains. What do you both main as your class and loadouts and stuff? Like, what do you pick every single time you queue in if you can?
Hunter with either Stompies or Dragon Shadow. More recently, I've been playing Dragon Shadow, but usually Stompies.
Original.
And
original.
yeah,
Wait. Let me guess. Bottom tree arc staff.
either that or Spectral. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather play Spectral on Stompies just because with Dragon Shadow, if you can spam dodge with bottom tree arc.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then Dire Promise Volunteers. So.
Okay. Why do you like Dire over Spare?
I just like the sight more. Feels better to me, and I don't know. I just like the look of the gun more. It shoots farther as well. I have a really good roll in mine, so.
I dig it. Rez, what you got?
I used to use. I like using Lucky Pants. Now, that's for more of a controller type of thing. But if I'm going into scrims,
okay.
Whoa, man, that's my loadout, right? Hold on. All right, no, actually though, if I'm gonna choose my loadout, now no one else has used this loadout, okay? Only me. Never seen somebody else. And
Well,
I'm putting a quote on that. You can quote me on this right now. Night Stalker Invis with the helmet that gives you more Invis because nobody knows what it's called. That's why nobody uses it.
The Graviton
It's
forfeit.
nuts. It at least is it called Graviton
Yeah,
forfeit?
it's the Graviton forfeit.
Okay, but that thing, I swear to God, it adds at least 3 seconds or something crazy to my invis. There's no way it's 1 second. Whoever's told me that was lying, because it ain't 1 second. It feels like a year. With Beloved, I use Dire, or sometimes I use Spare Rations. Sometimes I mix it up a little bit and use Shotgun. I do like shotgunning on controller. Not a lot of people like it, but honestly, I like it. I like being able to map people. Like, I feel like on controller, I map people way more than on sticks. Or sorry, keyboard.
Interesting. And we can get into that too, I'm sure. Because that is another hot topic of every single week is the controller versus M&K debate. That no matter what happens, that conversation always comes up. Like once a month, that shit pops up. So what are your guys' feelings on, first off, wholly toxic, by the way, for using a Night Stalker and a Beloved with the added invis. All right, now that I got that out of the way, controller versus M&K, what you got?
I think both have their strong suits, in my opinion. The thing about controller is, like, obviously it's gonna help with your aim a lot, but at the same time you're sacrificing movement, so you're not gonna be able to move as well, especially against M&K players. But I think why sniping on controller is so well, especially in D2, is like you really don't have to move. So it's you know, if you're holding a lane, you're pretty much not going to be punished. And usually, if you're a controller sniper, you can, like, 9 times out of 10, unless you're playing, like, I don't know, top 10 in the game, usually going to be able to outsnipe them. But at the same time, it's like, it definitely has its disadvantage. So I don't think it's, like, broken, but I think it's definitely super, super strong.
100%. I definitely agree with every bit of that. And that's what one of my favorite conversations is with it, is the movement versus the aim assist.
Yeah.
I think, and call it a hot take. I think Bungie did it really well with providing the extra aim assist to controllers to balance out the movement. Because if somebody jumps over your head with a shotgun and they're on M&K, the 540 turn to shotgun them as they pass by, like
you're just not hitting that. Like there's just no way.
no, your look up is so slow.
Yeah.
Rez, do you have anything to add for that?
I feel like if you put it into standard, I feel like, in my opinion, it's not easy to play controller, but sometimes it's easier to controller. So sniping, it's like I would say, like, unbiased opinion, controllers definitely will hit more shots for sniping. They will hit some stupid shots most of the time. But at the same time, if you put like the, I don't know, above average controller sniper to an above average MNK sniper, I feel like the above average controller player can maybe hit 80% of his headshots to the MNK sniper hitting maybe 70 to 75%. But when you go into super high play, I feel like the MNK snipers have a lot on you than you have on them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In some situations. If you're both laning the same lane, the controller probably will get it. But if you're both playing really fast, I think the MNK sniper would probably win it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
100%. I do too. I love hearing that because I've watched the whole community shift from like this almost elitist attitude of if you're on PC, you have to be using M&K.
Yeah.
Or you're just cheating yourself.
That's just unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, the reason that I like to touch base on it on every week, in case we have anyone new watching that has that opinion, is this game can't afford to lose any more of the ecosystem. And if you limit a source or you bash down on someone for using a source, they're not going to want to play it because they can't learn. They've tried and they're not good at it, and it stresses them out. They won't play it anymore, and then we have less people playing.
Yep.
So that's kind of where I stand with it. But it's always a good topic to dive into. Just in that regard, I am going to ask Inspirational's question because he asks it every single week. He also goes back on the VODs and watches it and studies it.
Can I say one thing
Go for it,
about the controllers just for a second?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if they did nerf controller, now I'm saying this as a person, I can play M&K decently. Like if they took controller out of the game, I could play M&K and get better at it because I've been practicing behind the scenes myself through the week to get better at M&K so I can finally switch. But if they do nerf controller, like the aim assist on this game is a lot higher than some other games. Like COD did I think they did a fantastic job comparing M&K to controller on their servers. I think the aim assist is perfect on COD, and I think the M&K overall gameplay is perfect as well. I don't think there's any problems between those two because I tried two, and I can pretty much say that obviously I'm going to play a little bit on controller, but honestly I feel like M&K just feels way better, and it's just good. Like it feels like, okay, me grinding all the time to perfect my aim can pay off, and I don't have to get destroyed by aim assist. So it's not like Fortnite. Now I'm bringing up Fortnite because there was a time where controllers that you could just hop on it, walk into somebody's box, not even have to move the stick, hold it down, and you can kill everybody. Now they balanced it out a lot more, and it feels a lot more normal. But I do feel like if they nerf controller aim assist, let's also put into factor that this game's hitbox is hilariously vague. Like it's the total opposite of Ash on Rainbow Six 5 months ago. Like it's
right.
It's not fair. Like this game doesn't reward super good aiming players. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can pretty much hit your shots kind of no matter what. And let's also put flinch, okay? There's like no
What's
flinch in this game. There isn't like hardly any. And
Yeah,
I feel like
it works so weird.
yeah, it's so weird. You flinch off, you flinch back on the next shot.
Yeah.
Even better is if you aim at the chest against an auto rifle, you flinch to the head.
I mean, no, actually, I heard there was something about that auto rifles actually flinch you normally. Like how they're actually supposed to flinch people, like off the target. I heard that that's a thing, and it's only hand cannons and snipers that actually flinch you to the head.
Okay. I mean,
is that? I've never tried it before, but that's what I heard.
That, but
yeah, I haven't
somebody told me that.
Test that. We might have to test that out.
I might have to test that sometime.
Yeah, because I definitely aim for the chest when I'm sniping, and let them flinch me to the head.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, if I hit you in the chest, I body you, and then I cooch out. If I get hit first, I hit you in the face. So that's kind of how it plays out.
Yeah, so like if they nerfed aim assist, it's pretty high right now. Like aim assist is pretty high, but again, movement, right? You got to play a super high sense on this game. Like that's the problem with this game, is people can't play low sense when they're used to it on like COD. They play lower sense because maybe the sticks.
Right.
It's not very easy to control a stick, right? It's not like it's super easy. It takes a lot of time to aim without aim assist. If you ever played Siege on Xbox, you have to have like 0.2 ADS speed and like max speed to turn and stuff like that. So if I feel like if they nerfed aim assist, they'd also have to nerf aim assist last. I would say they would
buff movement speed, nerf aim assist.
Yeah, I would say that, but I would also say that they need to fix flinch and then see if aim assist is really the problem.
Sure.
That's the main thing I would say.
I agree. I do. I think movement is Red and I were talking about it before you hopped in, but I think the reason that we keep coming back to this game is the gunplay, the movements, the in-air fights, the memories too. That's for sure. After 6 years of
yeah, it's definitely built on nostalgia for sure.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got a question from chat. Wolfma says, at what point do you think is a good skill level to start moving into things like Face It? Should you be consistently maxed ranking comp? Should you be a certain KD? What would you recommend as a threshold?
I don't know about KD or I mean, if you can, I don't know. I haven't played comp in a very, very, very long time, so. But if you, I mean, if you can just solo max comp, then yeah, you're more than ready for Face It. I would say just like the easiest way to get better is to play people that are better than you constantly and also consistently. So if you're just playing bots and quick play, like it's just not gonna make you a better player, especially if you're going against certain weapons like Mountaintop. I just don't really see how that can really help you become better. So
well, it definitely doesn't help. Mountaintop doesn't help at all. The autos and the Mountaintops, it's like playing a whole new game when you dive into Face It.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because you're not dealing with the auto spam. I don't know if they changed. Did they change the rules? I haven't played this season, but are 720s and 450s still allowed?
Yes.
Okay.
Only 600s are banned in certain exotic auto rifles, which all of them are 600 anyway.
Yeah.
So, so I have a thing I have a pretty motivational little thing that I got for people that think, am I ready for Face It? So let's say one thing. Are you confident in yourself that you would be good at Face It? That's the first question I would ask. Are you confident in yourself that you can shoot people? You can confidently do good? You can somewhat do good? Or are you just getting into it? If you're just getting into Face It, there's a lot of communities that do what they do, but at a lower level and more balanced for your side. Because, like I said, as much as I love the Face It community, like I want them to go up, get more players and everything like that, you could go into Face It and you could get your ass beat. Like you could get people that are just trying to get good, like you, just joining in for the face of the first game, or you could verse fucking Red Panda and Potato. Like, there's a chance that you'd verse an insane team. You'd be like, oh, this ain't for me. Like, I mean, obviously, you can't get that stacked team. Like,
well, I think that's mostly ecosystem
But-
at this point. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but again, like, there's gonna be some crazy players in Face It,
Yeah.
but you still can try it. Like, I would say, give it a try. Play like 10 games. Don't worry, if you lose the first game, who cares? Move on to the next one. You could win that one too. Like, you know, play 10 games, see how you do, and then play 10 games tomorrow. And see if you get better. Because you will 100%, 150,000%, I bet you money on it, that you will get better if you play scrims and play with teams and use callouts and call out your situation and call out the other team's positioning and stuff like that. You will 100% get better, and there's no doubt about that. That's how
that's a huge
improved
thing
my
that
overall
you actually,
skill.
that's a huge thing that you just brought up was callouts. That's such a lost art that has to come into play with scrims. It really is. Like, everybody has their own callouts, and if you're not on point with your teammates on their callouts, you could look the wrong way. You could run the opposite way, and in something like a scrims or a face it, where you have a 7-second respawn, you could hose your team by sending to the opposite side of the map. You know, that's that was a good point. That was a very good point, and that's a very underrated, helpful tip for getting into scrims and face it is knowing your callouts, learning them. There are, oh my god, what is it called? Warmind, I think, in most discords that have added it, that'll tell you what the map callouts are. I want to say it's Warmind. I could be wrong. I need to add it actually. But if you queue into a game and you type in this game and your exclamation point, it'll tell you, it'll bring up a map image of the map with the callouts of locations. Like, it's pretty cool. It really is.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that I would say is 100% you need to learn. Because I used to play like Siege back in the day, right? Like, if we compare another game with callouts, like something like that, like Siege, you gotta call out because there's no radar, right? So, like, you gotta learn the maps. Like, that's a definite fact. Before you step into Face It, you're gonna go in there and somebody's gonna say, yo, he's top bridge, or oh, he's, I don't know, garage, heavy spawn, comp heavy.
Yep.
And you're gonna say, oh, well, I thought comp heavy was this heavy because that's where it showed it on the map. You know, like, that'll throw you off because you don't know the callouts. You definitely need to learn the map before you start playing competitively, right? Like, if you go into CSGO, you go into comp, right? Like, people are gonna call out. They're gonna tell each other, oh, we're gonna go here. Let's smoke this. Let's smoke that. Like, if you go into Destiny, hey, let's push together. One guy's alone. Let's screw these two guys in front. Let's go for the guy behind us.
Yep.
You know, insta switch, boom, there you go, free kill, right? Like, you need to call out. Like, it's like, and even if you don't call out the other people's location, the most important one that not a lot of teams do is calling out their own position. Like, when I'm playing with another person, I'll always say what I'm doing. If you tell your teammates what you're doing, because there's a lot of teams and people that I watch that say, oh, I thought you were going to push with me. Now, that's the thing that I hate hearing, because if you just call out, hey, let's push together right here, and they say, all right, bet, I'm with you, let's go. Yeah, like, it's two words that can happen 2 seconds, and boom, you can push together, right? Like, it helps more than you think to call out what you're doing in those couple of seconds that can change a whole fight.
Absolutely.
Like, has that ever happened with you, Red, in tourneys and stuff? You guys call out what you do, or?
Yeah, callouts they win you games for sure. And I'd say for this game and even a game like Rainbow, game sense is way more important than aim. More so Destiny 2, but
and being able to push together.
Yeah. Chemistry is very, very good as well if you're going into tourneys. But I mean, at the end of the day, you got to look at the like, this game isn't it never will be competitive. Obviously, anything like player versus player is gonna have some competitive aspect to it, but you know, it's Destiny. But I would look at Face It as kind of a tool to like get better, because I mean, you know, it's not $1 million tourney or anything like that. Like, it's there to, you know, for you guys to have fun, pretty much.
I mean, I'm not the best player by far, and I'm still like level 3 in Faces. So
Yeah, it's just meant to
it's fun. It really
be a
is.
fun, like, time waster, pretty much.
It's also a great way to learn callouts. I'm gonna ask, because you said competitive. We're gonna dive into that, and then Ray's got a question. So what would Bungie need to change to make this game competitive? Not counting cheating, we're gonna completely ixnay that for now. We'll pretend that there's a zero cheating problem. What do you think?
I think they'd have to redo the entire game, pretty much. I mean, obviously, not everything, but probably a new engine, dedicated servers.
Right.
The thing, like, if you look at all the games that are ever competitive, they don't have PvE in them, and the loadouts you can use are very limited. So like Val, CS, Halo, there's no, I think there's over like 3,000 weapons in this game. Like that, I mean, that's just not.
Which is crazy to me that we all use the same.
Yeah,
like,
that doesn't breed competitive. So.
I feel like is a thing. But if we had like all the stuff to make this game insane, what do you think that we would need to change? That's like an aspect that we could maybe change ourselves, like overall, like weapons and stuff like that. Like if we had the servers, we had everything like that. We had the connection, the LAN party, boom, like everything. What do you think in the game should change?
I don't know. You just gotta get rid of diversity, pretty much, because that's what makes the game not competitive at the moment for me.
So like,
and a lot of others, I mean, just look at games like Valorant. Like, you only have a certain amount of weapons, you know, that you can use.
Yeah, so like you can't.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like one guy has a insane rolled gun, and I can't outgun him because I don't have his role.
Yeah,
right?
There's just too much randomness to the game. And then, you know, melee whiffs. The list goes on and on. But
I don't know if you guys have seen what the new physics system does versus the instance system, but that is supposedly, if you really read into it, that's going to eliminate the peer-to-peer connection because it'll be more physically based in the system side itself versus tying in together. In theory.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the closest they can go to dedicated servers without doing dedicated servers.
Yeah, because I don't think they're going to do dedicated servers ever. But
I'm in tech. I'm a data center ops manager, and I can tell you how much a server costs, and I can tell you how many people can run on servers. And you can get on average anywhere between like 86 to 112 peers per server. So you figure that expanded over a general population of 1 million, you're looking at an insane amount of devices. And I mean, I've seen Bungie servers. You're gonna make me do math. Why would you do this?
It's a lot of money. A lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Considering
I gotta hear it.
Considering that each server averages between $3,000 and $4,000 on the low end, if you get a cheap server. Yeah, if you get a cheap server, you're looking at $3,000 to $4,000. I would say on good servers that they could run with full storage, full elastic compute, everything else, it would probably take upwards of 1,000 to 1,500 servers, give or take. Anywhere between $3,000 each and
so it costs
$30,000.
like a couple $1 million.
Yes. Yeah.
That's nothing for them.
Oh, as an independent studio now?
Yeah, they're not. They're an indie studio now, apparently. Like, they're not. Yeah. They're not on Activision's back anymore. So.
Exactly. And running free.
What did they leave
obviously.
Activision?
Shadowkeep.
Yeah, so they split with like Vicarious Visions and a bunch of other companies that Activision owned. That's why they even said the content in Shadowkeep would not be as good as Forsaken, but they priced it the same, which was kind of weird to me, but whatever.
Right.
But yeah, so like we didn't have as many raids this year. Well, we had one, and not as many dungeons, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. The content compared to Forsaken was much less, just because they just split with Activision, so they weren't able to do as much, which is understandable.
Exactly. All right, let's dive back up to Ray's question. I have to scroll back up a little bit. Where are we at? I meant to pull it earlier. All right, he says, do you think that KD proves skill for this game? Because KD shaming is a big problem currently.
No. In my opinion.
Okay. Rezzoe, what you got?
What was the question again?
Do you think KD... let me read it exactly. Do you think that KD proves skill for this game? Because KD shaming is a big problem currently.
No, and I'll get into that instantly. If you're starting out the game, let me put in this perspective here. So, around Trials when it came out, right, that was like a 1.6 in comp, and that came out in Trials as a 1.5 because, you know, there's insane players. But that's not the total fact, like, right, there's only like a couple games you get them, right? So I was like a 1.5, 1.6 was my overall KD. That doesn't really say who the player is, because you could get like, I have like maybe 32,000 kills in Trials right now.
Sure.
And I could have been like a 1.5 for 15,000 kills. It's going to take a long time for that KD to rise as you're getting better. Like, it's not just going to be like, oh, now you're playing like a 2 KD, so I'm just going to instantly put you up there. Like, it's going to take a long time depending on how many kills you have, right? But in overall, KD doesn't really matter that much. Obviously, if it's always been the same, then that kind of says what kind of player you are. Like, if it's always been that 1.5 and it's never jumped up, I would say it matters in certain situations, but I don't think you should be held back from anything judging by your KD. So like, if somebody says, oh, I only want 1.5 KDs in my game, and you're under 1.5, you can't play. I don't think that's really like a thing. Like, you never should shame somebody for a KD, because definitely over time you're gonna get a lot better, right? So maybe they weren't that good at the start, but now they're better now, and their KD's just not showing how much skill they have now. I would say there's no point in KD shaming. It's not fun.
I love that answer.
It doesn't make sense.
I do, because I got hosed when Trials of the 9 came out. I decided to jump in with some people that said they were good with PvP, and we ran something stupid like 18 games, and I think my overall through that was a 0.36. So that weighed me down the rest of my career in Destiny. Like, I cannot climb up. I'm up to almost, I think I'm at like 80,000 kills now, and I'm still fighting to climb. It takes me almost a season to climb like 10 points. 0.10.
Yeah, see?
It's outrageous.
Like what I was saying.
I think it's really dumb that some of the community looks at it that way. Like, I don't know. I feel like KD is pointless, in my opinion.
I 100% agree.
I guess it's like, I just don't see like why you would judge someone for that. Like, at the end of the day, it's a video game, you know? Like, I don't know.
Right.
I guess. I have no idea.
It does, though. That's the
I've just
problem.
never understood. Like, I mean, obviously, everybody went through that phase when they were, well, me at least. You know, the cringy Xbox kid about the gating and everything. Yeah.
But you get upset and when your KD drops below a 1.7.
Yeah. Some people play for that, and I mean, if they want to play the game that way, that's fine. Like, if you enjoy seeing a number on a screen go up, by all means, do that. But I don't really think it matters, and like at the end of the day. But yeah, just my
if you like worry about KD, you doing bad is just gonna be like, oh fuck, man, like damn it, dude.
It's like trying, like, if you hold yourself to a high standard, it's just not a game anymore. Like, it's taking it like a chore.
Yep. I 100% agree.
Yeah, for sure.
1v1 me on Rust. All right, chat. What else we got for questions? Otherwise, I will keep going. While we're waiting, speaking of KD, beyond farming and using stuff like Gemini gestures to pad KD, what would you recommend on? What would you recommend to improve game skill and improve KD dynamically?
I think Red can answer both of our answers here.
Game sense, like
Beyond game sense. So game sense is a lot of understanding of map awareness and standard movements. But what could make you better in your snaps, better in lanes, better in knowing when to slide, knowing when not to, things like that?
That
Which
just all comes
still-
with time, really. I'd say like memorizing certain sniper lanes on maps and just how the normal Destiny player plays and thinks is very, very helpful. Because, like, class by class basis, if and obviously different players play differently, but if there's a hunter or a titan, most of the time they're going to be with a shoddy. Most of the time they're going to be just straight running at you. And just knowing like simple stuff like that is easy. And what was the other question again?
That was most of it. Is how to improve your KD dynamically, not just farming.
I'd say just consistency and like playing with friends. Because chemistry can build. And so, I mean, if you're playing something like Trials and you're playing with like, I don't know, same 3 people every weekend, the same 2 people every weekend, you can definitely build chemistry, and you guys will like know how each other plays. But just time. I mean, you only get better with practice. That goes with everything in life. So I'd say it's a time thing.
100%. So you're saying if you invest more time, you get better at the game? Weird.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Weird.
If you're playing people that are better than you, you will get better, 100%. Like consistently, I can guarantee you will get better.
I might have to tap in that one. Damn it, Silver. Yeah, no, I totally agree. How do you, as somebody who's done tourneys, and have you ever done any draft tournaments, things like that?
Oh yeah, I've done a few Mikowski tournaments. I don't know if
So-
you've ever heard of those.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I'm very familiar with the G1 tourneys and Hunter. How do you adapt to your teammates' playstyles if you've never played with them before?
So the first game, obviously, I have no clue how they'll play and what they'll do. But if something is like not getting done or it's getting picked too much, I'll either play slower or faster. Like if because I normally have like a super aggressive play style to where I kind of need my teammates to be behind me and be there if I leave somebody one shot, which is just how I play. And if they're not pushing up or we're just not teaming very well, I'll try and play slower most of the time. And it also depends who we're playing against as well. But yeah, that's how I usually adjust. You just kind of got to look at your teammates and look what they're doing. And again, that comes with time. Like you'll get better at doing that.
Rezzoe, what you got?
What was the question again?
Have you ever? Well, the first question was, have you ever played like draft tournaments, stuff like that, outside of Face It?
I haven't. The only tourneys I've played were back then. I played about maybe 3 or 4. I won 1, so I'll take it. I'm
There you
1
go.
for 4 right now. Yeah.
One
I'm a
for
god,
four.
right?
Hey,
Yeah.
Pog, killing it. The question was, I guess we could run it off Face It too. That's fine.
Face
Say
It
you're playing
tourneys.
with new people you've never played with before. How do you adapt so that you guys can win the match?
Well, first I'd ask them, what's your favorite map? That's the 100% first thing I ask every time I go into a Face It game is what map are you good at and what map are you trying to get better at? Or what map are you not so good at? So then I can say like, okay, so fuck Endless Veil because nobody likes that map, ban it. And then I can say, okay, so you don't like Burnout too much because you I feel like Burnout's a really hard map to rotate on. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but for the longest time, I really didn't like the map because I felt like I didn't know where to go most of the time. It's now I know like more because I've played it a lot. Like, you know, I've gained map awareness and everything for that map. But for the longest time, I felt like it's a lot harder to rotate, and a lot of people don't like playing Burnout, and they like playing Javelin 4 because I guess there's not as much angles as there is on Burnout, or there's got to be something. I just haven't asked about it a lot. But I would love to do draft tourneys. If there's ever another one, I'm definitely participating in that because I watched it and it seems super fun. All the like different people, or even people you know, being on the same team and just having fun. It's all unfair, right? Like, it's all fair. Like, there's not going to be one super insane team, and like, you know what I mean? It would be super fun to just try out one time. So I definitely would 100% play in one of those if it ever came up again.
I mean, Hunter said that there are going to be more. The only downside with it is it filled up in 16 seconds last time. And
Yeah.
I was trying to enter into it, and I was driving home, and I was like, oh shit, I still got time. And by the time I walked in my door from it dropping, it was already full. Like, it filled up.
Yeah, that's
so
another
fast.
thing.
It did. It
So-
filled up crazy fast.
Maybe they could do more spots, or I don't really know how they work. I think
mean-
there's a lot of teams that entered.
Yeah.
It's usually 16 captains, and they use a snake draft. So, he'll do a random generator, and then the generator will select, 1 through 16. So first captain will get first pick, and then goes all the way down to 16, and then 16 picks twice, and then it goes all the way back up to 1. So if
Yep.
you're first captain, you get first and last pick, and yeah, so it goes.
Yeah. We got 2 questions.
Another one.
Chib says, do you think you can overly critique yourself to where you play worse? And then he
I don't
followed
know
it
what
up
that
with
means.
overly critique, like judge your gameplay so harshly that you start playing worse because of it.
Yeah, you can definitely be too hard on yourself. Like, you got to realize, like, I mean, I've said this before. I mean, it's Destiny, so you can't be too hard on yourself. But
Yep, and then his follow-up was, what steps do you take to stop that?
I'd say just relaxing more. Like, you gotta take it how it is, pretty much. Like, it's a game, obviously, but just kind of. For me, I kind of just like to put music on in the background and just vibe to that. And if I'm getting like super tilted, I usually get tilted at like what I'm playing against. But if
Right.
you're getting tilted at yourself, I'd say just try and relax a little bit. Obviously, easier said than done, but really,
That's definitely a tough
that's
one
like
to
the
say.
only thing you can pretty much do. It just depends. I mean, it's a person by person thing, but just try and relax a little bit more, I guess, and you'll definitely do better, for sure. It's like, I mean, it's with anything. It's like if you're hunting for clips and quick play and always thinking about getting clips, you're not gonna hit clips. But the minute you
Mhm.
start playing normally, you're gonna hit something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Rez, what you got?
I definitely think that as well. And honestly, now I'm gonna take this to. I feel like I'm gonna kind of get ego-y if I said that. So maybe I think of something a little different. So the main thing that I would think is, if my team's playing bad and talking shit, like, I'm gonna do bad because
Mhm.
obviously I hate when people do that. Like, it's super annoying just to hear your teammates, oh, this guy this, this guy this, oh, that's all he can do. Like, that's super boring and annoying to hear in your mic, right? And honestly, I feel like if you're not positive and you're not like hyping up your team, that's what I like doing. I like hyping up my team, like, yo, dude, good shot, let's go, let's do this, let's push, let's go, let's win this, let's 100%, we got this, keep on going. Like, if you hype up your team, even if it's not like, even if you, I don't know, kind of not mean it at the same time, like, oh, I gotta hype up my team, I gotta do this. Like,
Yep.
you gotta stay positive throughout any tournament, game, or anything like that. You gotta stay confident. You gotta go in confident. Even when you're doing a test, or you're going into a boxing fight, into a basketball game, doing a test at school, a driver's license type stuff. You gotta stay confident. 100%, that is the most important thing to me. And what I think is the most important thing for everyone is 100% you gotta be confident in what you're doing. A lot of the times, like, I know I'm gonna sound like a weirdo for saying this, but I would get really upset and sad because I'm not that good at math, right? And I would be like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna fail this shit, man. I'm gonna have to redo this and that. But when I actually was confident, and you know, my mom always helped me out with that and said, you just got to be confident, like say it to the world that you're going to win this. You're like, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do it, you're gonna pass it. And I did. Like, I know it sounds not real, but
Yeah,
it's 100% is. Like, you got to be confident with yourself and you will achieve it 100%.
Yeah, it's all mindset.
Yep, that's huge. Actually, that is huge, and that's well beyond, you know, learning the game or anything else
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can
If
apply that
go
to
in-
life. In general.
Oh yeah, if you go in thinking I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna lose, guess what's gonna happen? Like, I know it's cheesy as shit, but it's like there's an old saying that says, whether you think you are or you aren't, you're right.
Yeah, like if you say to the, like, say it out loud, I'm just gonna get destroyed, these guys are better than me, then it's gonna happen. If you stay confident, you say, this guy's beat me a lot, but I 100% think this is the day I'm gonna beat this guy. I've done it before. I've got it on stream. It's gonna be hard to find it, but I've said it and I've won against some insane teams. Insane teams. If you're confident, you will win it 100%.
Yep.
Like, even if the odd time you don't, just know you played you damn well, 100%. Even if
tried,
you
just didn't
lost,
sit on your hands.
you tried for it. That's the main part. Like, you're not always gonna be 100%. Like in school, man, well, there's some people that are just absolutely crazy. They get 100% every time. But just be you. Like, if you get that 80%, you're chilling, right? You're fine. Here, that's an A plus, or like an A minus in Canada. Like, you're chilling. That feels good. Just talking about that. I remember I got an A plus on my exam, 95%. I fucking jumped with joy, and I was like, yes, fucking love geography. Let's go. That's my thing. I like this.
Another one.
100%, man. Like, even if you don't win the game, you lose by 2 points, just remember what you said the next day before. Oh, I'm probably gonna lose this game, I'm gonna get destroyed. But you didn't. You did fucking amazing to drop, what, 2 points down from the team that you thought that was absolutely gonna destroy you. That's still a win. That's not like a hard loss. If you get destroyed 50-0 because you weren't confident in yourself, then yes, that would be a non-confident loss. Like, I mean, I don't know, it's hard to word that, but you get what I mean in that sense.
All right, I know we got to speed it up a little bit. That way we can get to the practical. Wolfmas asked, what subclass do you feel is the most overpowered? Only one. And what subclass do you feel is the most underwhelming?
Ooh. My opinion right now, I'd say Top Tree Dawn is the strongest in my opinion.
Okay.
For like scrims, if we're just talking about that. In general, I'd probably still say Top Tree Dawn, but maybe a few others. Just because, I mean, you get 2 dashes that refresh quite often. You get a nade you can eat and float in the air that gives you 100% inner accuracy. The super is very, very good. Your melee is nuts.
Yep.
Melee is broken.
Pocket Wardcliff Coil, like, I mean, it's absurd. But the weakest in the game, right now,
Tether.
probably say Tether. Yeah, Tether's horrible. It's so bad.
Who remembers the D1 tether where it'll track you like worse than the Celestial Fire did?
Yeah, but that was worth it.
Yeah,
but
you
that was
that
worth
one
it,
tether
though.
across the map and it tracked like around a corner.
But for the super, I feel like that's fair. Like, a bow that's a super needs to be good. It can't just go to the ground. Oh, yay, he killed me. Oh, and my tether didn't even go off. Wow, that super sucks. it needs to track, it needs to have a better range, and it needs to activate in like almost instantly. I think it should,
It should activate instantly, otherwise.
especially when you hit somebody.
Yeah.
Especially when you hit somebody.
Like most of the time, you're just gonna trade. Like you'll tether the super, but you'll just die first if you're going against like a Dawn Blade, because the blade will hit you and you'll die, and then they'll just shoot the tether.
Yep.
It's very annoying.
Exactly. The delay for the tether to activate is horrid. It really is. It's there's so many.
If I had to say though,
content.
most overpowered super, it'd probably be Spectral just for the super part. But for overall, just like an overall type of thing, I would definitely say Dawnblade has more perks than everything else. The fact that, again, eat a grenade, you can float. The grenades are good. Like, your melee's nuts. You can get health back from it if you're using a certain exotic. Like, that's pretty crazy. It goes really far. You can also use, like, Solar Plexus or something like that. You got the dash, you got the movement, you got the flying, and the super is pretty good. Sometimes it whiffs, but
Sometimes.
it's still good.
It's so inconsistent.
It is
Yeah,
inconsistent.
I feel like that's just a Destiny hitbox problem. I feel like everything in the game is kind of inconsistent from time to time.
That's true.
Yeah.
True.
Arc staff registration, bottom tree striker is very bad. Sometimes it's also like very, very strong. So
Where you'll hit things that you don't know how you hit, and then other
Yeah,
times you're like, I
yeah.
hit him 3 blades in a row.
same with Spectral. Like you'll like dash by somebody and they'll just like fade to purple and you didn't even hit them.
Yep.
Other times you'll swipe them 3 times in the face and they won't die. So it's very.
Call me crazy. I think Spectral hit reg needs a buff for sure.
Yep, it does.
I had a game this morning.
Arc
or
Strider.
Monday. Arc Strider is not too bad because you can slam the ground on your combo. Anyone that's good with an Arc Strider knows light, heavy. Like that's
usually
no
the
matter
combo.
how you're pushing, that's your combo. No matter what, it'll take out anything around you. But Spec, I was playing a scrim match, and I went against a Titan that was in the air. I sliced him with a light, heavy attacked him, hit the ground, heavy attacked him again, hit the ground, heavy attacked him again, and I pushed him off the map.
Yeah, it's.
Like, no, I got the hit markers like he died. It made the sound, and then I had to just push him off the map completely.
Sometimes it's pretty bad. Sometimes
We're talking 4 or 5 attacks.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's pretty rough. So I'd love to see. I'm hoping that the physics server will fix a lot of that stuff. And it's also a low key anti-cheat. I don't know if y'all know that. Because if it's running on a physics server, it means you're giving the system control. So it'll tell you, hey, you're not supposed to be able to teleport across the map.
You're not supposed to be flying around with
Exactly.
heavy.
Yeah, that's not how that works. And then it'll put you back where you were at, or it'll kick you. And that's kind of one of the cool things about it, is it'll fix a lot of the teleporting. It'll fix a lot of the instant respawn.
So that's
the only
what
thing
like
we'll have left is walls and aimbot,
Yep.
pretty much. Which
so that's what like lag does. If you lagged in COD, you know how you just go back to the spot that you were in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yep.
what you're talking
Yes,
about?
exactly.
But except they have dedicated servers.
Yeah. But that's something that they built out from day one. So they had the money to do so, and they've made 10 Call of Duties that are exactly the same, with just some cool little perks to it.
I mean,
And they still sell out.
Mm-hmm.
If not trillions.
Oh yeah, definitely a trillionaire type company, 100% has to be.
Easy. All right, chat. What else we got for questions? I'm gonna give it just a second longer, and then we'll take a break, and we can go jump in if nobody else has anything. We'll give them a sec for chat to catch up. That's a good one, actually. Striker says, in scrims, do you reset your mind after every round? If so, how?
Yeah, I would say I do. I mean, if you're like, let's say the series is best of 3. If you're up a map, it's very easy going into the second map to kind of just clear your mind, and you're in a good mood. You know, you're up 1-0 right now. It's best of 3. All you have to do is win 1 more. It's very easy to kind of clear your mind and just be like, okay, the score's reset 0-0. It's the next game, and all you have to do is just team together. And then sometimes you get that RNG factor where you'll, like, I don't know, this happens to my team a lot, but will usually win the first game and then lose the second, and then the third will either lose by 3 points or like win by 3 points. Like it'll be very, very close third game. But I think it's definitely easier to wipe your mind if you're up one. Now, if you're down one, going into the second game is like, for me at least, it's kind of hard. Because it's like you're down one, but that just means you have to try harder, and sometimes it's like kind of a boost of confidence, like maybe an adrenaline rush, where you know, you just know you can't lose, so you'll try harder, I guess.
Yep. Do you think you lose your second one because of overconfidence, though?
No, I would say that it's more like map based, because I'd say we win on burnout a lot, and then like lose on cliffs or lose on Jab. I think Jab is our worst map, but I feel like that's a map thing. But yeah, overconfidence can definitely be. You don't want to be too confident, but like, you know what I mean. You're kind of comfortable with that 1-0.
Yep.
The most.
Brez, what you got, real quick?
I would say definitely always. The confidence is good, but definitely what you said, don't be overconfident. Like, don't just push by yourself and get easy kills. But wiping my mind after every round, I kind of stay in the same mindset. Like, I think about the one-on-ones. When I lose a one-on-one, I like kind of like think of what I did and try to maybe the next time 100% do the different thing, and I would probably win it. I always switch up my play. Like, I'm always thinking about what I did last game, and I want to do it either the same way to see if it works at the start, or see if I can do something differently and make it work better. So I don't really wipe my mind as in, hey, I won the last map, whatever. Or, fuck, I lost. Let's get this map. I definitely think about what I did wrong and what I did right and try to use it for my advantage in the next game for a fact.
Growing and learning. Makes perfect sense. All right, we got another one. Chib says, do you want to main Hunter for the rest of your Destiny career? I mean, as Scrim players, you guys, I'm sure, have other tunes to run as well.
If I had to, I would go Titan. But I don't know. I just don't really have fun playing Warlock for some reason. But yeah, it's looking good after that exotic trailer.
Right?
Yeah,
I'll
take a blink over a dodge. Yeah, especially with this game's hit detection. So
I'm telling you what, man, I'm super excited about the Necromancer Warlock, and I'm a Hunter main. Like,
Warlock is looking good. They look to get even stronger. It's
Thorn AoE damage without, like, Thorn buffed AoE damage. With that paired with a Thorn is going to be disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I built a Warlock just so that I could run Scrims because everybody runs Hunter. That's the only reason I had a Warlock. Rez, what you got?
I'm just gonna main Hunter. In Destiny 1, I always play Hunter. It was like my thing. I tried Titan, I like it. I still like it in D2. I still like Warlock. I like Warlock a little better than Titan though, because Warlock is more of a. I'd say like most of the time, if I switch to MNK, yes, I'll play Titan. 100%, I'll always play Titan or Hunter on MNK. But since I'm always like playing controller on this game, I would say Titan's not really a friendly controller player. Titan's not really a friendly controller character in general. There's not a lot of things that really benefit me. Like shotgunning on controller is a lot harder, especially if you don't play on max sense. So I would definitely say I'd rather play a Warlock because I can stay in the air longer, so I have more time to move my crosshair over to this person. That's why I like Hunter shotgunning, because I have a lot of time to make my decisions. I have my dodge to flip around and back up, right? Like how you PC players can slide back. You know how you flick back with your mouse and slide back, right? With us, we can't do that. Like there's no possible way, no matter what sense you run, you can't do that. But with the dodge, it helps with that. And with the Warlock dash, it helps with that. Titan doesn't have anything to help with that. So I feel like that's a really big buff that the Hunters have on all three subclasses that I use so much that it's like hard to play without that.
Yep.
That's why I like Hunter.
I agree. I love that because everybody's like, well, Hunters are super easy to play, Titans are super easy to play, Warlocks are super easy to play. I think Warlocks have the
Another one.
highest skill ceiling.
Mhm.
I do.
Yep, 100%.
Especially not looking beyond Dawnblade. If you're good with, say, Arc Web, and you're good with the Arc Super, like that's what I've started to learn. Or if you're good with Devour and you can run Shoddy and Devour, and with Karnsteins or whatever, and stack it that way. I think that Warlocks have the highest skill ceiling, but I think each class has its own perks and benefits to it.
Now I have a question for Red.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Titans are overpowered? Or do you think Titans are actually underpowered at a high level?
At a high level?
Like, I'm talking money on the line.
I think they're definitely one of the weaker classes to play at a super high level, but I definitely don't think they're like bad. Because I mean, if you're a really good Titan player, you can definitely use Titan high level. It's very, very good. But in my opinion, for pubs, they're like the best class in the game. Like bottom tree striker running around with a shotgun and quick play. It's just in Dune Marchers, you just will farm through teams.
I
All
feel
I
like
gotta
it's hard
say-
to get good at Titan.
All I gotta say is one word: Calico.
In my I don't know. In my opinion, it is just a person by person thing. Obviously, it's just the way you play and your play style. For me, I think it's easy to get good at Titan, but that's just me. Like another player
Yeah,
might think
for
it's super
100%.
hard. Like I think it's hard for me to get used to Warlock just because I don't have very like good movement. Besides Top Tree Dawn, Top Tree Dawn, yeah, I can play all day. But any other class besides Top Tree Dawn, it's like kind of annoying that I don't have, a double dash or a dodge or something like that. So
Yep.
That's what I thought about Titan. I feel like everything's obviously I can play good on a Titan, but I feel like it was the jump for me, honestly. I feel like it was the jump that really throws me off and like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing with this.
I'm in the air.
Because there's not much of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm in the air for a while. I'm in the air for like a couple of seconds, I'm down. But with Hunter, like I'm in the air for a while because I can jump really high, and Warlock as well, right? And the same thing with what you were saying, like Top Tree Dawn, yeah, I like it. But honestly, I like Stormcaller more on the sticks.
I love Stormcaller. That's usually what I've been running lately.
Yeah,
It really is.
because what I don't like about it is how you aim in with Dawnblade and it doesn't cancel your jump. So most of the times I'm flying in the fucking air and I'm going off the damn map because my jump didn't stop. And I can never get that into my head that I need to double tap A again when I'm already aiming. Like, it's so weird. But on MK, like, it's easy. It's no problem.
Yeah.
But with controller, it's just so weird for me, at least. Obviously, if I practice a lot, I get used to it. But that's the only thing that it's like holding me back from playing Dawnblade. That's why I just like Hunter, because it's just one
Dawnblade
jump and you're
feels way
good, you're
better.
done, you're fine.
Yeah, Dawnblade feels way better on M&K for sure. I can 100% agree with that.
yeah, yep.
Just for the turns and everything else. This will be the last question, just because I know, Red, you got school in the morning. What do you hope to see with snipers in Beyond Light?
Obviously everybody thinks, well, not everyone, but I'd say like the majority thinks they're a little too strong right now, just specifically like Revoker. And it's not even just it's not controller M&K, it's just how the game is, like the flinch. It's just it's really dumb how it works right now. But I hope the flinch gets adjusted. I think that's the only thing you could do to them, to be honest.
I agree with that. Did it used to be like that back then when D2 first came out?
Yeah, it's pretty sure it's always worked that way. In
I
D1,
definitely
I
get
thought they
some
made
nutty
snipers
shots.
better. Didn't they make snipers better?
I honestly don't remember, but
I thought they buffed them because they felt
in
like
D1 you flinch down, and then in this game you flinch up, which is kind of weird.
It is very
I think
weird.
it would be fine
it
if it
sounds
flinched
great.
up, but the fact that it flinches onto your head every time, I feel like if
Yeah.
it flinched to the top right or top left.
Like, I mean, if you're aiming like near their head
Mhm.
and you get shot by something, so like the chest, for instance, you're just gonna flinch onto their head, and you.
I
Can
feel like
headshot them.
flinching up is like more realistic because if I'm flinching at something, I'm gonna raise my hands.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Like I'm not gonna put them down, right? So I feel like that's the thing, but I think it should go to the right or left and not to your head. Like,
Yeah.
sure, go over the head or this way. Lucky
Yeah,
time you get it
I
on the
think
head, but it needs to not
different-
just go to the head every time.
I think the beloved. I could be wrong on this, but I've seen somewhere that different weapons do have different flinch patterns, but like it's or recoil patterns, I guess.
Yep.
When you shoot the gun, not flinch patterns, my bad. But it's I don't know. Something needs
That's
to
why
be done
Spirit
about
was
flinch.
cracked. Because it had on a recoil direction, so like flinch was like nothing.
Yep.
And that's why Dire is a little different, but I feel like it's still on the same route.
Yeah.
The expansion of that question is: do you think just fixing the ammo economy issue would make fixing special ammo economy?
Yeah,
like,
it would
less
definitely
readily available.
I don't think it would fix like the snipers being strong, but yeah, it would. I guess so. Yeah, it would fix snipers in general. I don't think it would fix like the weapon by itself, though.
Yep.
Do you think they should make it like in D1? I'm pretty sure you spawned with a little special ammo.
Nope.
Or was it you didn't spawn with any and then you had to get the boxes? Like that was good.
I hated that. That was at the end of year 3. I
Yeah,
think
you had to get
I thought that
boxes.
was horrible. I don't know, in my opinion. That was a sidearm meta. Where you
That was such a fun
use-
meta.
I don't know. yeah.
Do you feel
I
like
guess. I just don't like that though. I don't know. I feel like it's
do you feel like I don't know if they released like a money system in this game. Like if you think about it, it could seem kind of cool, kind of work.
like what, like Valorant CS?
Yeah, like an ammo economy.
Like
Through
buy ammo?
Yeah, do you think that would work in a sense?
No.
Like, okay,
No, but
I could buy 2 shots this round, and I can't buy none.
I
for the
mean,
next
yeah,
one.
that's a cool idea, but maybe in another life. But no.
I think it's because the rounds are pretty fast paced. You know, you're not playing a 20-minute match
Yeah, exactly. Like
where
those
you
are
have
just,
time to build up.
those games are just completely different.
Do you think you should only have 2 bullets every round instead of being able to pick up more in like a game like Trials or
yeah.
Elin?
Yep. So you can get rid of the snowball effect, in my opinion.
Yeah, so you don't get fucking 20 in the next round.
Yeah,
And
right.
just never run out.
Scout rifle. I feel like that's why snipers are very, very strong. Because the minute you get like 20 in reserves, you can just start spamming. Like it doesn't matter if you hit headshots. Like even if you're just going for body shots, well, like I said earlier, you're gonna get flinched onto the head most of the time. So
Yep, exactly. That's 100% true. All right, chat, we are going to be right back. If you have some more questions for these fine gentlemen, type it in chat. They can speak back to you. Gentlemen, if you guys want to grab a drink of water or whatever, go to the bathroom, I figure we'll reconvene in like 5 minutes or so on game and start playing it in.
Yep.
Sweet. Let's get her going.